Alicia, thank you. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, he sued the federal government today. His lawsuit alleges that there's over $2 billion in federal funding that's being withheld from the Commonwealth. The lawsuit alleges that and also other things as well. Kara Jeffers reports.
Good evening, Nick. All right, story time. A few weeks ago, the White House's Office of Management and Budget put out this vague memo telling agencies to freeze their federal funding on some programs. Of course, nonprofits sued, 22 state attorneys sued, and since then, judges have told the Trump administration they cannot stop funding while this is going through the courts. However, in the meantime, states say there are still some grant programs that are inaccessible, including here in Pennsylvania. This morning, Governor Josh Shapiro filed a new lawsuit against federal funding freezes, saying in a press release that, quote, "With this funding freeze, the Trump administration is breaking that contract, and it's my job as governor to protect Pennsylvania's interests." The lawsuit says $1.2 billion in grant funding is frozen, while $900 million says it needs, quote, "further federal agency review." 23 federal grant programs in Pennsylvania's Department of Environmental Protection cannot access funds. These range from programs to plug abandoned wells to grants for residents to make energy-efficient upgrades to their homes. Pennsylvania House Democrats released a statement supporting Shapiro's lawsuit, saying, quote, "Blocking these critical funds is an unacceptable attack on Pennsylvania families, communities, and economic stability." Some federal Pennsylvania Republican lawmakers defend the funding freezes, Congressman Dan Muser saying, quote, "This isn't a cut or politics, it's a common sense pause to review how huge levels of taxpayer dollars are being spent." Political scientist Burwood Yost says that all spending is approved by Congress. As such,
that is the responsibility of Congress to provide oversight to those agencies to which they allocate money. We have a process. We might not like the way that it works at the moment. We may think it doesn't lead to sufficient cuts, but there's a remedy to that, and that's to change your elected leaders.
Now, a law passed in the 1970s specifically restricts if the president can just stop funding for a program that was already approved by Congress. That law and court precedent will continue to shape the current legal battles. In Harrisburg, I'm Kara Jeffers, WENY News.